I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Yo, guys, Old Man G here, back again with the first match preview of the season. Anyway, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, to like, share, subscribe to Red Devil Studio, follow us on Twitter, United X, smash the notification button for latest Manchester United news, and then some. First and foremost, I hope my mic is working. In fact, let me just double check this. If they're watching, let me double check. We're all good. Let me double check. In fact, let me just double check. Yeah, we are. We're good. Cool. Okay. So I've got a new thingy mic. So fingers crossed it's actually... Can I turn again up a little bit? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the show anyway. This is my Manchester United versus Brighton view. Apologies that it is quite late, but I've been working. It is what it is. So but if anyone is for the people who are watching, I appreciate it. So yes, this is my Manchester United versus Brighton match preview, and also just I guess my brief expectation for the season. To be honest, because if I'm honest, guys, I'm concerned. You know, I am very, 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 very concerned for the season right now. I am. I don't know what else you want me to say, really. We're going into the season with nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. We sold Matic, Pogba. We're down 2 midfielders, Lingard, Cavani, even Mata, 3 attackers. And we've not replaced them. We've not replaced them, like, at all. Like, I don't know what to expect really from this team, really, because at the end of the day, we this team, and I'll put the predicted starting lineup in a second, actually, but this team is basically a weakened Ollie team / Ralph team. Significantly weakened Ollie / Ralph team. Absolutely. I don't know what else there is to it. It's weaker. And at the end of the day, what I know this, I know I'm coming across as slow. I know I'm coming across as ranting, and I appreciate that. So, but at the end of the day, like, I really, I'm quite pessimistic for the season, if I'm honest. I'm pessimistic for this game. I don't really know how to go into this game with any form of genuine optimism. Like, I just don't have any for this team right now. I really don't. Can we win this game? Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely win. We can definitely win this game. 100%. Will we win it? Remains to be seen. We've already seen, obviously, today, Liverpool having the shock against Fulham, Chelsea going up a bit slow. A lot could happen. Shout out to HZ, man. Thank you. What's up, G? Really appreciate you for stopping by. Anything can happen. anything can happen. But are you, as United fans, and maybe even the non-United fans that are watching this, who are like, these guys are jokers. What can they actually really do? What can they achieve? Are any of you guys really expecting much from this team? I'm not. I'm not expecting anything from this Manchester United team this season. And if I'm honest, I'm not expecting much from this Manchester United team this game. I hope, because it's at home, we get to a good advantage. I really, really do. But the reality is that there's just nothing. There's just nothing. I can't remember the last time when I went into a season thinking that Manchester United they just said top 4 challenge minimum. No, based on what? People keep on saying this, but what's that? But what's that based on? H7. What's that based on? We have a weaker squad than Ralph and Solskjaer. I don't know. Mamadou Tiam says, "Yo, does Z-Man have a YouTube channel?" Thank you for being part of the preview. I don't know. I don't think so. Possibly. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But if he does, you're more than welcome to come onto the channel, Z-Man. Let me know. United are going to support. No. How can they if they're a weaker? I'm gonna go into my starting lineup in a second, but I don't know how can they how can Manchester United surprise me when the squad is weaker than it was under Ollie and Ralph? Like, and I want to stress the element squad. I don't mean starting 11. The starting 11 is reasonable. But the squad, if you get an injury just like now, Martial, we know is not going to be fit. Everyone was saying, yes, Martial, yeah, great, Martial. He's going to lead the line. We're going to ball. United is back, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, he's now injured. So what does it matter? What does it matter? Because you now need to rely on a 4 of Ronaldo, Rashford, Sancho as your 3, and then possibly Ahmad as impact. Maybe Ericsson can maybe play in that position. That's it. What's your bench? If we start presumably with Rashford, Ronaldo, and Sancho, let's say tomorrow, let's just say, and Ronaldo's not particularly fit, he's not match fit yet. Who's to come onto the off from the bench to change things? Ahmad, attacking wise, okay, maybe Garnacho as a kid. So you're relying on youth to change things. No, I know this is a bit of a rant, guys, to start, but like I've been looking at, I've been observing things, quite frankly, So, and let me before I go into it, let me see, because for those I'm seeing those sort of new people in the chat, and this isn't how I usually start. I'm much more of an optimistic person. However, right now going into the season, I'm very, very, very pessimistic. Very pessimistic. Eddie says, "Big up, audience hit likes. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie, when are you going to be starting to make videos again soon, man? We need to, because the season has started, so I'm expecting waffles, and then somebody. So, and then yeah, it'd be good for you to. We'll talk about preview stuff and stuff like that coming on. So it'd be good for you to come back on as well, man. So hope you're not too busy. So here's it. Weaker, yeah, but tactically are way better, and lots of young players will shock you as well. I mean, tactics are great. Maybe the tactics will be. I don't know, because Ten Hag hasn't managed in the Premier League yet, and they are a lot of good. I'm not saying Ten Hag is a bad manager, but there are also a lot of good managers in the Premier League that are tactically good as well. So, we'll see. Did you see our bench yesterday versus Palace? Shocking. Yeah, I know, H7. I know. But the thing is, with Arsenal, at least Arsenal have I can see what Arsenal starting 11 is, and then some. although I appreciate that you're relying on like Partey and Saka, for example, but I could see what you're trying to do. With Ten Hag, I see what he's trying to do, but clearly he needs De Jong to do it. He can't get De Jong to do it, so he's going to rely on a midfield that's pretty messed up, to be honest. Hey, RDS, Football Journey. I'm the Ecuadorian from Mike's channel. Oh, shout out to you, bro. Saw some videos. Happy to find a Man channel that isn't brainwashed coming from a fellow Man United fan. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Yes, yeah, I didn't mean to diss your country before. I didn't mean to diss it, bro. I'm just trying to. I'm not. I'm a medium fan. I try to not be too pessimistic, and I try not to be too hyper. I'm a very. That's why I'm not. I avoid. I'm not. What's the word? Sensationalist. That's the word. Like, at the end of the day, I know fundamentally that the issue is the Glazers. But if I'm quite honest, going into the season, I am pessimistic to the point that I'm probably going to go on loan to Madrid again. I don't know. But yeah, I'm pessimistic. I'll be honest. I am. Because how have United, we've got a new manager, one of the rising managers, one of the best managers in world football right now, touted. And how is it that we've gone into the season giving a manager a weaker squad than Ollie and Ralph? It makes no sense to me. It just makes no sense. Solo, we shouldn't be having expectation. We should just be looking forward to watching good football least. That's and Solo, this is where we are for Manchester United right now. Like that's what I was saying at the start, buddy, was that I can't remember the last time I went to a season thinking, right, I don't expect anything from this, so just good football and hope that maybe a decent Europa League run, possibly fifth. I can't remember the last time. Almost every, last season, obviously with Ollie, I had that expectation. The previous season with Ollie, I had it. Jose, before I had it, almost every season, I've had at least top four at least. This season, it's like, nah. I'm not. I don't have that at all. I really don't. It's odd. It's odd. Elanga, yeah. Well, yeah. Elanga could do something, I guess. Maybe, possibly, Elanga could do something. Make sure you like the vid, guys. It goes a long way for the algorithm. Really, really appreciate it. So I'm tempted. I don't know whether from now on, I don't tend to do a lot of live match reviews. So let me know your thoughts, because I'm tempted from now on to do these pre-recorded and then schedule them and then do them instead, as opposed to doing them live, just depending on viewership and numbers and stuff. Because I think a lot of people prefer the more long form United Forum Q&As and stuff like that, rather than these kind of short form match previews. So if you want me to do them live, I'll still do them live for those watching, but maybe in the future I might just pre-record these and then just do them. I'll probably be doing that for the World Cup as well. Footballs, I go 2-2 for tomorrow. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised for a draw either, to be honest. Brighton are a very well coached side. RDS Maxwell, there's still 1 month left in the window. Let's hope to get a full Gakpo, Sané. Viggy. What's the track history of this board though, man? And the thing is that yes, I know there's still 1 month left, but that's what, 4 or 5 games into the season. So whatever player is going to come in is going to now come in midway through the season, needs to gel, needs to know. So that's a problem. 2, we actually need to start negotiating for that type of player. Because right now, I'm going by Fabrizio here. All I really know is this sort of I don't know about is Sané? Are we talking about Sané? I don't know where Sané came from. I'm seeing some things about Gakpo. Sesko was the latest one. But again, nothing particularly. I'm not seeing anything particularly concrete, like Manchester United are in seriousness, not scouting, not interest, not whatever. I mean, proper, negotiations. And by negotiations, it should be, here's the money for your buyout clause. Take it, because because at this point we're desperate now, because we don't have a lot of time. We have a month, and we have a squad that's weaker than Ralph's squad. and I still don't hear us signing a midfielder. That's for me. That's the scary thing. I hear forwards. Okay, fine, I get that. Centre back's fine. What I don't hear outside of Frankie de Jong is what other midfielders are Manchester United actually looking at. I don't hear that. I don't hear, and that worries me. Midfield like it'd be Ericsson, Fred for lower level opposition, and McFred for higher level ones. That's, I mean, I'm going to go into my predicted starting 11 in a second, bro, as I finish in the comments. Fifth in Europa is a good season for us. I would agree with that. Solo. RDS, please don't go known. Wait till the window ends and then see. I have to see, depending on, yeah, bro. I don't know. No, we'll see. We'll see, bro. Bright 2-1 Brighton. Also, my FPL is modded. Why is the FPL modded? Well, Ziddy. But I wouldn't be surprised for that result. Shout out to Luca. Big up. You're good. You're good as an Arsenal fan, but right now I'm not. If I'm perfectly honest. Don't smoke. Shout out. Oh, City are playing tomorrow as well, aren't they? Against West Ham. You never know. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised if City took an L there, but because West Ham were difficult. FDG, here we go. Back to his house in Barca. Thanks, Don't Smoke, man. Always good to hear from you, man. Appreciate it. Always good. Right, so predicted starting 11, man. Let me get this up here. Obviously, hopefully everyone can see the creation of. Obviously, let's start the basics. We know for sure and that David De Gea is going to be in goal. Let's get that. So De Gea will be in goal, obviously. He will play. Will he play a 4-3-3? He'll play a 4-3-3. He'll play a 4-3-3. Right back. I'll start with the easiest. Right back is definitely going to be Dalot. Wan-Bissaka just is not. I don't really know even what Wan-Bissaka is still doing at the club, to be honest, because I've not really seen him much in preseason, if at all. Ralph didn't like him. Ten Hag didn't like him. The only point that continued to persist with him was this is weird about how coaches when they play. Oli Wan-Bissaka was his main guy. Dalot was frozen, but Ralph and obviously Ten Hag don't want Wan-Bissaka, and he's been frozen to the point that he's going to be sold. So there you go. So yeah, that's interesting. Left back is going to be interesting. I am going to take a punch and say that it's going to be Malacia. I am going to take a punch. It's going to be Malacia. Maybe Shaw might, but I don't know. I just have a hunch that Ten Hag really likes this guy. He's been playing quite a bit in preseason, and it will be good for it. Be like it is against Brighton. It's not like against City or anything like that. I think he might start him. I genuinely think he might start Malacia over Shaw because this is Shaw's competition right now. Malacia hasn't looked good in preseason. Shaw's been okay when he's played, but this is the guy that's going to outcompete Shaw. Telles has obviously gone out on loan, so we can't. So he's obviously at Sevilla. He'll come back. I think that presumably is dependent on. Like, if I don't know why we didn't put a buy option clause for Telles. I don't really get that. But when he comes back, we can't have free, and it might be assuming that he performs well or Malacia flops. I don't know, but I think Malacia will start anyway. The centre back issue, the thing is interesting. Maguire or Lindelof or Lisandro Martinez and Maguire. I'm really going to hope that I'm going to hope and pray that it's Lisandro. This is where I'm going to be optimistic. Oh, sorry. No, that's right-sided. He'll be left-sided. This is where I'm going to be hopefully optimistic that he plays Lisandro Martinez in this game. I really, really, really hope he plays Lisandro Martinez in this game. He has to. He has to play him. He's a left-sided centre-back. So I think that him and Malacia will have a good connection. Hopefully, Rashford. actually works with them as well and isn't, selfish. I can't see Maguire and Lindelof, please. I can't. Bailly's obviously not going to start. Phil Jones is obviously not going to start. Varane is actually back. And I think Varane is probably, dare I say, his third choice centre back. Because we know Maguire's going to start. I'll put Maguire in. Maguire is going to start. Maguire is going to start. I don't think he's definitely going to start. The club loves him. Ollie loved him. Ralph loved him. Okay, maybe there's something that he's doing behind the scenes. He supports the manager through and through. I don't know. But at the end of the day, he's loved seemingly by everybody. Here's his chance again. So Lisandro Martinez and Maguire, I think, will start, which I think is interesting given that Varane is fit. Well, they're all fit. Varane is fit, Bailly is fit, Phil Jones is fit, and yet Maguire will probably get start ahead of them. So, but it is what it is. There's no point in complaining about it anymore. It just is what it is. Shout out to Chainsaw Man, always a supporter. Remember to like and sub and subscribe. One Chainsaw, thank you so much. I've got my thumbnails for the podcast as well. I've just been working this weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to either tonight or tomorrow I'll be able to actually edit the podcast. So that should be on Red Marvel. So for those who are watching, head over to my second channel, Red Marvel. There'll be me and Chainsaw doing a lot of stuff on there. Links in the description, so make sure you head over and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Chainsaw, for your support, man. I really appreciate it. Really, I do. And shout out to the members as well. Chainsaw, Man United TV, Samasi, Michael, Niall. Really shout out to you guys as members when supporting Shadow. I really, really appreciate it. Right, moving on to the midfield. Let's have a look. Okay. So midfield. I'll put, and let me just quickly. It's gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be McFred. It's gonna be McFred. I don't want it to be McFred, but it's gonna be McFred. It's gonna be McFred and Bruno. It's gonna be McFred and Bruno. You know what? No. I'm not gonna do all this. It could be this, it could be that, it's gonna be McFred and Bruno. It is. It's gonna be McTominay and Bruno. So Fred and then Fernandes. It will. I personally would rather. By the way, guys, this is my predicted 11. It's not who I want to play. It's who I suspect is going to be picked for the start of this game, and I suspect it's going to be this team. The only changes may be on the left, but even that's touch and go. I think between Shaw and Malaysia, it's 50-50. I think he has to play Lisandro. I mean, I guess the only thing is that he was signed. He's not had the same preseason as Maguire and Lindelof have, or Bailly. So, but I'm hopeful that he'll play Lisandro, or at least one of the other centre backs that isn't Maguire and Lindelof. Who knows? I think the midfield is going to be the same. I don't see any changes. Attack is what's interesting. I think right wing, Sancho starts. Sancho is fit. And now you're having a situation where does Ronaldo start or does he start on the bench? Does Ronaldo start? Does Ronaldo actually start? I don't know, guys. Does Ronaldo start? Does he start? He's not match. Actually, you know what? Ronaldo's not match fit yet. He's not match fit. I think Ronaldo will be on the bench. I think that we're probably going to get a, and let me just, I'm just adjusting the formation a little bit. Not that. Let's have a look. 4-3. Yes. I'm going to adjust the machine just a little bit. So I'm going to flex Fred here where McTominay is. McTominay here. Then probably Ericsson. Then maybe Bruno will play the false 9. Because obviously Martial is not there. See, yes, he does. What's yes? I can't remember. What's that? That's for Chainsaw. Shout out to Samasi, man. How you doing, Samasi? Thank you for joining the chat. Really appreciate it. Make sure you like the vid, guys. It goes a long way. Yeah, so that's where I see the because I don't think that I have a suspicion that Ronaldo is going to be on the bench. I have a suspicion that Ronaldo is going to be on the bench because he's not done any preseason games. He's 37 years old. He's not in the preseason. He played one friendly and that's it. You know, I just don't think nah. I hate McFred. I do as well, but it is what it is. I can't see Ronaldo start. I can't. Messi went crazy today. What did Messi do? As the league unstarted, I don't know. What happened? I don't no. I don't think CR7 starts. I don't think even Ten Hag has been very clear about his attitude towards players and not being available and stuff. I don't see CR7 starting, bro. Messi 2 goals, 1 assist. Neymar 1 goal and 3 assists. Was this who were they playing? Isn't that's a third of his total, like compared to last season. So maybe PSG might. Who are they playing? Oh, what Clermontfort? Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Oh, 80th, 86th minute. Lee Gunners actually started today. Fair enough. 5-0. Jeez. PSG mean business. PSG mean business. PSG mean business, man. PSG mean business. Jeez. Okay. So no. Shout out to Messi. Shout out to Messi and Neymar, man. We'll see what happens. But shout out to those guys. You should have seen Messi's second goal. I need to see the highlights. Actually, I'll see the highlights, guys. Make sure you like the vid, guys. Over 20 people watching, so I need 20 likes on this video. It really would go a long way. So going back to this preview. I still don't think that Ronaldo will start, in my personal opinion. I just don't see him starting. At least I think he'll be on the bench. So I think that Sancho on the right, Bruno will probably come into that false number 9 position, and then on the left you'll probably have Rashford. I think. I'd be surprised if Alanga gets a start over Rashford. Obviously, Rashford was not great. You know, Rashford was not great. Had a great last season. Even Ralph benched Rashford and put Alanga over him because he just wasn't that good. But for some reason, I just think that Ten Hag is going to do it with this team. What's this say? Lionel Messi scoring against feet. Interesting. Okay, I have the same feeling. See, I haven't as a start. He's not match fit though, Shane. So that's the thing. He's not match fit. He's not started. He's only started. He only played one preseason friendly, and that's it. He's not. And Ten Hag has said he's not match sharp. So I'd be very surprised if a 37-year-old Ronaldo starts. Let's put it that way. I would be very surprised. He could, but I'd be very surprised. So this is the starting 11. It's, to be honest, it's the most optimistic starting 11 I have because these are 3 of the signings that we've signed already that are in the squad. but the squad, if I'm honest, is mostly the same. You know, Bruno, Rashford, Sancho, McFred, Dallo, Maguire, De Gea, etc. This is an optimistic starting 11, if I'm quite honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Lindelof is where Martinez is, Shaw is where Malaysia is, and whether maybe instead of this formation, whether Ten Hag says, right, no, Rashford plays the 9 and Elanga. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, I'll just quickly change this just quickly, guys. The other thing, which I think this will be my ideal based on what we have, but what I'm even more petrified of happening is if we get rid of Martinez and you put Lindelof in. Malaysia, you get rid of him. This is all possible, by the way. Sure. Midfield, Ericsson you take out because he's just come, and you put in Bruno here. And then what you do is you play Rashford as the lone striker. And then on the left you play Elanga. This lineup here, you know, the one next to me here, you know, to my right, I know I'm pointing to it, but this could easily be the starting lineup. Easily. Martial is injured. Easily. And then this is pretty much no different to the squad that we played. This is the team. This is a team. Looking at this team, this 11, this team could lose to Brighton. This one could lose to Brighton at Old Trafford tomorrow. The one that I'm seeing right now, unless Ten Hag's tactics have really been drilled into these guys, and the Old Trafford atmosphere, first game of the season, so it's almost like a vibes win. This team could still easily lose to Brighton, easily, no questions asked. And that is what I'm worried about, very much so. Let's have a look. It's only Brighton. Brighton beat United 4-0 last season, so I can't take any chances at this rate. I can't. 4-0. We were spanked by Brighton 4-0. They lost Basuma and obviously Cucurella, so that might make a difference. But yeah, I'm not taking any chances. People forget Rashford came into last season after 2 surgeries and no preseason, but season before he had 20 goals. I've definitely. The thing I'll say about that though is that he made what was, in my opinion, the wrong decision to go to the Euros, because what happened is Solskjaer overplayed him, overpicked him, ran him into the ground. He then made a decision to then go to the Euros, and then obviously then came back from Euros, and then beginning the season. So for me, I get the desire to play for your country, but to be honest, he was never really going to be picked routinely anyway. For me, he should have used the summer when the Euros were going on to have the surgery, to then recover and then get prepared for the rest of the season. Instead, he didn't do that. He got the surgery, missed out the beginning of the season, and almost used the season as a recovery for him, and never really found his form. So I don't even know with Rashford whether or not, much like Van Dijk and other injured players, whether he's just recovering from an injury, or whether like he's not the same player anymore because of said injury. You don't know. You don't, and that's the big conundrum. Bruno is not good enough. I don't think he is, but he will start because he's on a new contract. Will Malacia start over Shaw? I hope so. I want to see something different. But if I'm honest, will Ten Hag go with an experiment at his first, or will he go with the established And the team that you see in front of you now is the in-court established team. So there you go. Yeah, done that, Martial. If you lose, then I think Ten Hag might be on the road to get sacked. Not necessarily. To be honest, I think the way I see Ten Hag is that top four clearly is not. If top four and challenging was the desire for this club, for this board, then Manchester United would have signed tons of players by now. What I suspect the expectation is for United, for this club right now, is we don't have the money. We can't give you the money, the budget to sign players. So what we can give you, right, is 1 or 2 signings, and then you now have to coach and develop the youngsters. That is probably what was told to Ten Hag. We'll give you 1 or 2 signings, cool, but you have to develop and coach young players. That's what you have to do. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, by the way, hopefully everyone likes this format as well, by the way, with this screen here and the screen to left. I don't know, like, it just, feedback is appreciated. If does this screen work, would you just rather see me on a bigger screen or this on another? I don't know. So I personally prefer this format, but let me know what you guys think. So, because we are going to new season, so if there's any specific changes you want with the way I present things, please let me know in the comments as well. These players have massive egos. Paradez says, is that predicted team or the team you would pick? This is my almost second predicted team, because this is my worst case scenario team, because in my first predicted team I would have had Lisandro Martinez as left-sided centre-back, Malacia as left-back, and then I would have had Rashford on the left, and then Bruno in the false 9 position, allowing us to play Eriksen in the midfield. Or I guess you could play Eriksen where Langer is as well. That's an alternative. This is, for me, the worst-case scenario selection, where we have the team, and I think this is more or less the near-identical side, Sans Ronaldo, that lost to Brighton. So this is, for me, is the worst case scenario team, which for some reason I am 60% sure might be picked. Not 100%, but 60%. Why mention VVD? Yeah, I'm sorry, Chainsaw. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened to Liverpool today. I'm really not. I don't get it. What happened to Liverpool today? What happened? With ourselves and 3 players we've got this window, we spent less than 50 million. Yeah. So United in summer. So we're talking about backing, right? So Arsenal spent tons of money. Chelsea have spent in excess of 100 million. Liverpool have spent more. City spent more. Or most Premier League clubs have actually spent more than 50 million this transfer window. United, supposedly a big club, are spending like a relegation team. And this team had relegation form towards the end of last season. And they think that we could go in with this season with a weaker squad, we're gonna no. I just think that there's too much on Ten Hag. There's too much expectation on him, and I think that if we're gonna be realistic, you can't. You just can't do it. You can't. I might end up watching this in the league. I don't know. Yeah, at least 2 more. He needs a midfielder. So let's say that Frankie de Jong, if that's going to be it, and either a right back or a forward. Probably a forward. Ideally, for me, this window we should have signed 2 midfielders, a right back, and 2 forwards to replace the players that left. So, or you get 1 midfielder, promote a youth player, and then maybe sign another right back. So you sell Wan-Bissaka, sign another right back to compete with Dalot, and then sign a forward. That's basically what I thought the window should be. But it's not that. So it is what it is. Edla lose. I still think we will get 2 more signings before the window closes, 1 mid and 1 forward. Maybe. I don't have any expectation that we will, but maybe. But again, how different is this between, like, what's changed is what I'm trying to get at. What's changed? Because we've had this manager. We knew we were going to get this manager in from March. Got him. It's now August, so March to April to May to June, July, so 5 months, going 6 months in September, and we didn't scout. We didn't, like, what's different to all the other managers, Mourinho, Ollie, Ralph, etc. What's changed aside from the fact the squad is weaker? So I hope you're right, but unlike other teams that have got, you now, like to Nunes, he'll be settled into Liverpool. Haaland will be settled into City. Jesus is settled into Arsenal. Sterling is settled into Chelsea. All these different clubs, where they make their signings, I'm not saying they'll all be finished, but they've made signings that will start to settle into their squad. United, for key areas, i.e. midfield, right back, forward, but I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it. Yes, what's your prediction for the match? Yes, let me go to that actually. So that's the starting, worst case scenario starting 11. What are my predictions for this game? Yep, because we've been going on for almost an hour now. What are my predictions? My predictions, guys. It depends. If we play the team that you see in front of me right now, I don't want to bet against my team. It's the opening game of the season, so I will say I'll actually give it a 2-2 draw, because this team that you see in front of me here can't keep a clean sheet. I can't remember the last time these guys kept a clean sheet, especially these guys. So I think that if we play this team here, it will be 2-2. Now, if you replace Luke Shaw, Malacia, Lindelof with Martinez, Ericsson, like you play Fred, I guess Ericsson, McTominay, what could you do? Yes, Bruno in the false nine, Sancho and Rashford. Then okay, maybe we might be able to. I think maybe able to scrape the win. I mean, maybe I'm being too like let's say a 2-1 or something like that. I don't expect this to be, because one of the things I noticed in preseason was that once again we were struggling to create chances. So I don't expect us to score. I don't expect this to be a demolition by any means. I don't. I do think that we can win the game, especially with the momentum at Old Trafford in its first game of the season. But I'm just worried. I'm really, really worried. I am. I'm sorry, guys. I am. Let's have a look. Chainsaw. United lack of activity is the reason tonight will struggle to on this job. Either he walks or plays down to his own. If you don't sign the players need. Exactly. If he's not back, Ten Hag will either walk or he'll get sacked. But I don't think people need to be clear that at the end of the day, he's not. He's not. I don't think the expectation from the club and even from fans now is even top 4. It's really not. Top 6, a Europa League, maybe. That's it. United fans have no expectation going into the season. I don't even expect United to win the Europa League because of the way the squad is. So really, the league right now, it's just like it's almost like United's the mid-table. It's like I have this like mid-table club feeling where you go and you're like, yeah, hope you do well, maybe kind of go and try and challenge Europe type of thing. Maybe not. Don't really have any expectations, but hope for the best. That's mid-table thinking. That's basically the mentality of the board and also the fans right now, because the board obviously are just useless. That's almost the right team in it. Swap Lindelof for Martinez, I reckon. Yep, that's what I did. Moving from Ragnarsson will be a bigger upgrade than any team's transfer window. Yeah, I think so. But I still think that I still don't trust these players. And at the end of the day, like they down tools for Ollie, they down tools for Ragnick. Why wouldn't they down tools for Ten Hag? I just don't trust these players. What's changed is that better football we played without a doubt. Yeah, but will the players be able to play that consistently? When I saw Ragnick or how Ragnick wants to play, I was like, oh yeah, this Gergen press, this pressing of that, I can vibe with that. But the players weren't fit and can play it. So fingers crossed the players are actually fit now during preseason, because they're not, to be able to play that way. But I'm not sure. We'll see. Because the thing you need to understand is that Pep, Klopp had a playing style, had a system, but they still bought players to do that. Like, oh, you can't. Oh, I know you can't play that way, so you're gone. Oh, you have potential to play that way. Okay, I'll coach you. Oh, you're already playing that way. I'll keep you. With United, it's like that. United is different. United is, here's the players, some of whom are from the Van Gaal era. Some of them are from the Mourinho era. Some of them are from the Oli era. So he's got a mismatch. I mean, look. I mean, if I go through this team, this one in particular. So De Gea, goalkeeper, actually Sir Alex Ferguson era. So there you go. I don't think we have any of Moyes' signings left because Mata and Fellaini are gone. Shaw, Van Gaal era. Lindelof, Mourinho era. Maguire, Oli era. Dallo, Mourinho era. McTominay, Mourinho era, Oli era. Fred, Mourinho era. Fernandez, Oli era. Sancho, Oli era. Rashford, Van Gaal era. Alanga, Oli/Ralph era. So we have 3 era of different managers in this team, patchwork together, and now Ten Hag is coming in, and it's like, right, bro, come and fix it. We give you the free signings, and let's be real, United would not have signed Christian Eriksen if he wasn't free. Okay? Remember that, guys. Manchester United would not have signed Christian Eriksen unless Ten Hag wanted him and he wasn't free. Like, he was a free. Okay? So there you go. We got rid of our head scouts when Ten Hag came in, so we based it up from scratch, but it's still a concern we didn't do these things earlier. I agree. Exactly. That's basically my thing. Like, I don't know why Old Trafford first mistake will be rocking Ten Hag first game too. I hope so, bro. I'm just catering my expectations. That's all I'm doing. I think you're positivity, but these players have huge games that will struggle with. Players are need to match Ten Hag's philosophy. Exactly. Ed Ladley says 4-1 to Manchester United. His prediction. Brighton have Albion are not as good last season. Last 2 best players in Caracalla and Bissouma. Yeah, of course. Of course they're not. But what Brighton do have is they know our players aren't good, hence the spanking 4-0. And they also have a good manager in Graham Potter, who's got more experience. Whatever you say, he's still got more experience in the Premier League than Ten Hag does. Ten Hag is not used to the Premier League yet. So that's an important thing. As far as the result, I mean, I give the result, like I said, 2-2 with this team in front of me. 2-1 if you have Ten Hag 2-1 if you bring in Ten Hag signings into this squad. 2-2 if it's just this team. That's my prediction, really. We've got top 4 twice out of the last 3 seasons. It's perfectly reasonable to expect it for this season. Yeah, but it's last 3. Let me think. Did we? Let me think. So last season because last season we didn't get top 4. We were 6th. The previous season before that was Ollie, and we got 2nd. The previous season before that, we got, was it 3rd or 4th with Leicester? Okay, right. And the previous season before that, we didn't. So twice in the last 3, but then if you go back, it'll be like 2 out of the last 4, which is 50. So the evidence for that, I'm not saying that like it's not impossible, but a 50% rate in the last 4, It's not particularly convincing. And two, it's context as well. One of those seasons was, the sort of bug virus lockdown season, no fans. And if I recall, in that season we came second, Liverpool had their defense was awful. Other teams were like all over the place. And then the other one, if I recall, we kind of just scraped it really towards the end of the season against Leicester, because I think we had to beat Leicester to basically get fourth. I think it was. Had we lost against Leicester, we wouldn't have, and that's basically it. So what's the progression there? Not really. We've not had a convincing top four run really. And in this season in particular, every team around United has strengthened. Arsenal were banter before. Now Arsenal spent money. Arsenal more advanced than we are right now. Spurs. I mean, look at what Spurs did today. West Ham have strengthened. City strengthened. So the league, even in the space of 2 years, is even more competitive now than it was before. More competitive. United, if they continue their form like last season, if this player's down tools, could easily finish 7th, 8th. In fact, we should have finished 7th last season. We lost the last game. It's just that West Ham lost against Brighton and ended up in the Conference League, which they probably don't mind, to be honest, because they'll probably win it, or they'll be close to winning it. I predict comfortable 3-0 win. First game crowd help and support Ten Hag. Buzzing. I hope you're right, buddy. I'll be supporting United. I hope you're right. Chris Boaz says United must go. Regardless, I like Vin's positivity. I like Von's positivity as well. I do. Ant says Brighton to win 1-0. Shout to Ant, by the way. Hopefully Leicester City also win tomorrow. I think. Who are Leicester playing tomorrow? Leicester playing is it New? Who are Leicester? Brentford. Yeah, you should. Brentford at home. Leicester should win that. Leicester should beat Brentford home easily. Compared to, I hope so. 2-2 says Chainsaw. Ericsson would cost about 30 million. I think. Was Ericsson still cost about 30 million? I think, despite being free. Really? How? How long is his contract? Based on his wages, how did he cost 30 million? I don't understand. Explain that to me. Even with his wages, it shouldn't come up to that, surely. We didn't give him like a 5-year or 6-year deal. I think we gave him a 3-year or maybe 4-year. Seal 2-2. Shut up, Adaj. No worries for joining 8. You okay? We're rounding things up anyway. Ten Hag seems ruthless, and I like that. He knew he didn't want Tellez and used him in CB to train the team, and got rid of him. Armstrong played the first 2 games, but since then he's been replaced by Laird. Exactly, yeah. But although Laird is on loan now, last time I checked, I think he's going out on loan. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, because if Laird is on loan, and unless the club are going to sign another right back, you're still left with Dallo and Wan-Bissaka for your squad. Players in the form, but Rio it's 2-2. We finished 3rd, 2nd, and then 6th. Yeah, I know. Do you expect the trophy this season? Nope. You honestly saying top 4 against the current teams? Like I said, it's for me, it's context. I think it's reasonable to aim for top 4. We can definitely aim for top 4, but like, would you be surprised if we didn't get it? No, that's just what I'm saying. We should aim for top 4, but would you be surprised if United didn't get it? Like, no. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here, really. Make sure you like the vid, guys, for those who are watching. So really appreciate it. Hope we're on 20 likes. Get to 20 likes. 20 likes at least on this video would mean a lot. We conceded just under 60 goals last season and still finished 6th, and we beat Arsenal and Spurs this season. We should be getting top 4. Yes, but the thing is, Vaughan, I like your optimism, but our squad is weaker. We're down 2 midfielders. We're down 2 midfielders. We're down 3 attackers in Mata, Lingard, and Cavani as part of the overall squad. We're weaker. And those teams, Arsenal and Spurs, yes, we beat Arsenal and Spurs last season, but Arsenal finished above us. Spurs finished above us. And they've strengthened. Arsenal and Spurs finished above us, and they've strengthened more so. We've weakened. And the reality is that United were losing to games. Like, yeah, we beat Arsenal, we beat Spurs twice, great. But we also lost to Watford twice. I think we lost to them, and we didn't beat Watford, who got relegated. We struggled against Burnley, who got relegated. We struggled against Norwich. I think we drew against Burnley. I think we drew against Norwich. We were awful against relegation teams, so I'm not going to be convinced even if United somehow beat Liverpool Old Trafford, unless we're actually beating the mid to lower teams convincingly. I'm not convinced we'll get top 4, because that's what you need to do to get top 4. And am I convinced that this United side can, against low blocks, and even not against low blocks, am I convinced they can do that? I just don't think so. I just don't think so. Artist, when you spit the truth on United situation, it makes me a bit depressed for the Brighton game. McFred must stop. He's on 200k a week for years, which is 30 minutes without the sign. He's on 200k. 200. This is why 200k though. This is why we struggle to sell players, because only Manchester United can afford to pay a player who's coming from Brentford. Obviously, Eriksen is a solid player, but only afford to pay. No other clubs can afford to just pay 200k for a player that's like in his 30s. This is why we struggle to sell players. But anyway, it is what it is. Maybe aiming for Europa League is better. Here's hoping. We are weaker, but defense is stronger, though our goal difference was zero last year. I mean, we've got to see what Lisandro Martinez does. I hope it's stronger, but as far as I'm concerned, if Maguire is still a part of that defense and McFred is there, we had Varane, who's one of the best centre backs, although he's injury prone, and we still conceded tons of goals. If the midfield, i.e. McFred, is the same, and you've got Maguire, unless Lisandro Martinez rocks up and does a VVD and transforms defense, then fair enough. I hope that's the case. I really, 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 really do. But this is almost what I'm saying. It's like, it's all hope. I hope this happens. I hope. Now we are actually using a structure. We won't be shipping 60 goals unless we do something mental like play DVD, Bruno, and Eriksen. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. I hope you're right. Red Doxy, what is this trash defense? Maguire and Shaw, but it's potentially starting a lineup. Potentially starting lineup. Oh yeah, quad in the bin for Liverpool fan. Quad in the bin. Just check Eriksen. Yeah, I was going to say 200k seems a lot for Christian Eriksen. 150 seems more reasonable. Big up, shout to Mike in the chat, man. Really appreciate it. Remember, guys, make sure you like that vid, guys. Like it, drop that like. It goes a long way. It really, really does. I'm getting at least a consistent, which is good. So thank you so much. I don't think watch longs are still hit or miss. So, but definitely World Cup time. There are going to be World Cup watch longs, guys. There are going to be World Cup watch longs without a shout. If it's just a defense, United will lose. Very possibly. I think a draw. I think I will be a draw. Better manager like Ten Hag won't fix everything, but will make results better. Top 4. Yeah, don't get me wrong. To Paredes and to Vaughan, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying top 4 is not possible and that United shouldn't aim for top 4. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that if things stay the way they are, knowing the history of these players, the fact that they've downed tools before, the fact that they were involved in a horrendous season last season, and the fact that this manager has clearly not gotten the players that he wanted, would you be surprised if United did finish outside of the top 4? I wouldn't personally. and I wouldn't start calling for Ten Hag to be sacked if we finish 6th or 7th. I wouldn't be, provided the football isn't garbage, you know. So if it's like garbage football and the players have clearly, you know, then what can you do? But you know, if we finish 7th, given what all the other teams around us have done, I wouldn't be surprised. Quarter's still on. Yes, it is, buddy. Yes, it is. And players chainsaw CPSG. You're right about PSG. The only thing is that PSG, obviously, I know it's not on, but they still at least they win their league, relatively speaking. You know, they mostly win their league on. I know they don't win the Champions League a lot of the time, so but at least they get the trophies, you know. So and that they've obviously progressed further in the Champions League than we have recently. Watch out for Trossard. He's been, yeah, I know. I can see United. Yeah. Man U team. Well, Luca, maybe you do. Liverpool and City have better players. Arsenal, Spurs, I'm not so sure, but we will see, as I believe we now have the structure and patterns of play to find out. The way I just sort of see it, at the end of the day, Arsenal and Spurs still finished above us last season. They finished above us last season, and they've added and strengthened to their squads. United finished below Arsenal and Spurs last season, and their squad is weaker. Yes, I guess we've got the tactics, but we still have a weaker. I like to emphasize. I like to emphasize the term like squad. I don't mean starting 11. Starting 11, I don't completely disagree with you, Vaughan, or anyone. Starting 11, okay, yeah, United can sort of. But the key for me is squad, because just like we saw this week, Martial's now injured. Don't know when he'll come back. Okay, McTominay, you know, we're going to pick up injuries. Our squad is quite thin. We're going to pick up injuries. So you take out, let's say McTominay gets injured, or even a red card, for example, tomorrow game. McTominay's out. Okay, now who comes into the midfield? Van der Beek? Maybe? And then you're thinking, okay, so you play Van der Beek, Fred, Bruno, and then what's your impact substitution into the midfield? Garnacho? Ghana? Or we're going to be relying on, you know, like youth. As much as I think our youth are good, I think it's unfair to rely on them and expect them to give them to have consistent performances for a side that wants to at least get top 4, if not challenge for trophies. You know, so our squad is a problem. Our squad is definitely a problem. Oh yes, you're streaming tomorrow after the game. No, because I'll be at work. So I'll probably do a brief post-match like reaction. Remember, guys, like and probably by post-match, I mean on the Shorts channel. So because I'm probably going to be able to post my match reaction. It will have to be when I get back from work at 9. But what I will do, guys, if you're new, if you subscribe to my Shorts channel, Red Devil Studio Extra, I'll just put the link in the chat. Make sure you head over to Red Devil Studio Extra. That as well, I'll be posting my brief clips, initial reactions. It's like a highlights channel, just clips channel. And I'll be posting my instant match reactions to those, just because they'll be quicker to upload. Even if I'm at work, I'll be able to, you know, give you at least initial reaction, and then the maybe more detailed breakdown will come on this channel later. So if you want my initial reaction to United and hopefully other matches as well, head over to Red Devil Studio Extra. Make sure you subscribe to Clips channel. Hopefully you're going to push it up to 1K subscribers soon. So please head over and subscribe to that channel. It would mean a lot. It would mean a lot. In fact, I'll probably pin it in the thing as well, actually. Let's pin it again. Let's pin that. Pin. There we go. Sorry, 2 seconds, everyone. It's fine. Right. We're going to just round things up. So I'm going to get some of your final comments in. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Son and Kane, yes, but I'm not sure about the rest. Basuma, The guy, who did they? Let me just think. Spurs versus. Sessegnon looks good. Yeah, Kulusevski. Kulusevski was amazing for Spurs last season. Really, really helped them. They've obviously got Bentancur as well. Romero's all right. They've got a good starting 11. The players we lost contributed nothing, not even minutes last year. As substitutions, yeah, I would say so. Pogba was involved, or I bet he was injured for quite a bit. Cavani at times, Lingard at times. Who else did we lose? Matic definitely contributed. Matic was definitely part of. Matic for me was a bit. Matic definitely contributed last season. So for me, that just as a defensive midfield, that was a big loss. Who else left? Yeah. So even as subs, but yeah, I think I don't completely disagree with you, but I still think in particular the loss of Matic and Pogba is big because at the end of the day, their availability, even if Pogba could come on and play on the left, or even if Matic could sort of come on, it's still that option. Now you're 100% relying on McFred to be fit and Van der Beek to do something. And clearly, Ten Hag doesn't rate Van der Beek, it seems. And I'm not sure why, but a lot of them don't seem to be able to. If Chelsea don't get a striker, then they're in the same boat as us. And if Arsenal get injuries late in the season, then it might be very tight. Yeah, actually, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Like, don't get me wrong. For those who I don't disagree. I can reiterating. I'm not saying that Manchester United can't challenge for top four, and that it's a long season. Anything can happen. I'm just trying to remind that like our squad is bare thin. And this squad, that's also bearing in mind going to be playing on Thursdays as well, back in the Europa League. Not Wednesdays last season. It's Thursdays Europa. It's going to be stretched. And that's not even including the World Cup that's going to be happening. Where a lot of these players, like I think, I'm just looking at this team. Dallow's probably in the Portuguese side. I don't know if I don't think David is in the Spain squad. Did Sweden qualify for the World Cup? Did Sweden qualify? I think they did. Let me know in the chat if they did or not. Because if Sweden did, Lindelof is there, Maguire's there. Shaw will be interesting. Shaw will be in the squad depending on whether he's picked, I think. And how Chilwell does. Because England's left-back options are fairly... It's him and Chilwell. I'm not sure what about the others, to be honest. So Shaw might be there. Fred is obviously going to go to World Cup. McTominay is not, because Scotland didn't qualify. Fernandes will be there. Sancho probably. Rashford might be, although he needs to get back in. Elanga, again, I think depending whether Sweden... no. Okay, no. People saying no. I don't think so. No. Okay. So looking at this squad here, the only players that were probably definitely not going to the World Cup are Elanga, Lindelof, and McTominay. Everybody else might be. And everyone else that's not mentioned, Ericsson, I think, will be there. Alessandro Martinez will be there. Malacia will be there as well. So you've also got to think that a lot of these players are not necessarily going to play, especially as it gets to November. They're not necessarily going to give 100% as it gets closer to the World Cup. Not just Manchester United, I might add, but you've got to bear that in mind, because the worst possible thing for any injured players is to pick up an injury before the World Cup. They are not going to want to do that, so you've got to bear that in mind. Eddie, RDS, have you done your score? Yeah. I said 2-2 with this team in front of me here. 2-1 if we put in his subs. Ronaldo on the bench, yes. I don't think he's match fit yet. Remember, they said before telling Jordan he wanted insurances like signings. Was that fake? It's the same thing with Ralph, wasn't it? oh, we're gonna, support him, blah 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 blah. The board tell people stuff and then they do something else. As I said, Paradise, that I personally think that the reality in Manchester United is that they signed him to try and get some more out of this current squad and to develop the youth. That's it. That is it. No more, no less. That is it. EFAC, shout out to you, bro. Let's go Reds 2022. Hopefully it's better. Matic is the one we miss. Exactly. For me, Matic is a big miss. Because certainly last season, one of the things that we definitely saw was that when Matic came on, there was more stability in that midfield. I'm not saying it was perfect, I'm not saying it was slow, but there was stability in it. It showed why we needed a DM. Even at his age, like a prime Matic would have been, great. I don't know why we didn't go for Basuma with other teams, but it is what it is. I don't know why we're going into another season without a defensive midfielder. But at the very least, we needed to get a DM and replace Pogba. Get another midfielder. I'm not saying it's to be good as Pogba, but another one. Here you go. But he didn't get support. Have a good night, dears, and all in chat. Let's hope we are. Hopefully, all the best, Eddie. Take care, buddy, man. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. I feel for Ten Hag as well. Ardias, does Harry Maguire start for Spurs? Well, I don't know, because right now Spurs is playing a back three with Eric Dyer, Romero, and Davies. I do think that Maguire is a better defender than Eric Dyer, to be honest. I do. I think he's specifically not. Their positioning is probably the same. It's brickish, but Maguire's ability on the ball is better than Dyer's. Maguire's ability on the ball is much better than Dyer's. So I would say that based on the starting 11 I've seen, Maguire would come in for Dyer. That's about it, obviously. He's well to defend against and is complete when asked to defensive work in the midfield. He can only play as a second striker. Yeah, that's why Donny's not going to start. But if one of the midfielders gets injured, what choice do we have? And that's what I mean by getting midfielders. Because if we don't get De Jong and McTominay or Fred gets injured, and that's not unlikely, McTominay probably will pick up an injury this season, as he's done the last 2 seasons or so for a bit of time, or a red card. Van der Beek is coming in. So Van der Beek will play this season. He will. Because either one of Fred and McTominay is going to get injured. Maybe Bruno, maybe. So he will play if we don't sign a midfielder. Let me just quickly go and say Harry Maguire is a very good defender. We'll have to agree to disagree with that. I'd say that very good is strong. I will say that I don't think he's as garbage as everyone makes him out to be. And I think a lot of it is based on the partnership that he has, which is why you can't play Maguire and Lindelof together. But him and Varane, him with Bay, him with anybody else, it's fine. So just him and Lindelof can't work, and McTominay and Fred in front of him doesn't work either. But no, I would, he's not garbage, but a very good defender. I'm not entirely sure about that. I still don't think his positional sense is particularly good, in my personal opinion. Matic would be playing Fred Singh role this season, and he'd be incredible at it, which I agree with. Banter between Liverpool and United fans in the chat, I see. Anyway, guys. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I'm going to round up here, guys. It's been an hour plus so, and I am absolutely exhausted from work. But thank you guys so much for getting involved. Thank you so much. Let me know. I'll probably be putting a poll on the community tab to let you know, to see whether you want these to be live or whether you want these to be pre-recorded, just because of time. So I might do a bit of a mix regarding whether I will do live pre-matches or recorded. But I personally prefer the live because I love interacting with the chat. I love the different opinions. Some people say, for example, like Vaughan, think Maguire is solid. Others do not. the whole point of this community, hopefully that will continue to grow, will be that you have differences of opinions, but still obviously like Manchester United the same, and it obviously be a positive community as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Remember to head over to Red Devil Studio Extra to subscribe. My instant match reactions will be going on that channel as shorts. And then I will be posting a more thorough match reaction on this channel. So stay tuned for that as well. Guys, it's been great. Have a nice day, everyone. And cheers.